Hello, and welcome to my cooking show, where I can't cook with anybody really in person, but you can watch a video of me cooking and pretend that you're cooking with me, maybe. Today we are going to make granola, and it's not very hard, but also I think maybe a lot of people don't know how to do it, but there are a lot of ways to do it. And I have a recipe I use that my dad would make a lot and still does make a lot, so I just use that recipe because I like that it's the same one that he uses. Yeah. And eating food during a pandemic and when there's a lot going on in the world is weird and hard, so, and I miss being able to cook with people and eat with people and, like, co-regulate about food. So I'm pretending I'm doing that with you now, through the camera, whoever is watching. Yeah. Okay, so preheat the oven to preheat the oven to 275. Also, this is the first time I've ever had a cooking show before, and I also haven't filmed myself doing anything in a really long time, so this is kind of weird, but also it's fine, and maybe it's fun. Okay, this is my recipe, but I'll show it to you again sometime later, because I don't know if you can see it or not. And one nice thing about making granola is you can do it, it's vegan and it's vegetarian, and you can make it without nuts, and you can make it gluten-free, and you can put whatever stuff you really like into it. So the first step is to combine some dry ingredients and some wet ingredients. Okay, the main ingredient is oats, and maybe I'll just make a single recipe because I don't want to use up all my oats because it's a pandemic and going to the grocery store is hard. So regular single recipe, 2 cups of oats. Do you want to measure the next cup of oats? You don't have to, it's okay. I can do it too. You can just watch. The next thing we need is wheat germ. But you can also use other stuff. Like, if you don't want it to have gluten, you can use like oat bran or something. And you can use wheat bran, but wheat germ has more protein and stuff than the bran. The germ is, I'm not going to say anything about science because I'm probably wrong, but yeah. It's one part of the little wheat berry, and my mom probably told me all about it when I was smaller because she always had us, when we ate white pasta, she'd be like, here, put some wheat germ on it, because then you'll have more of the stuff that got taken out when they made it into white pasta. But I don't remember what part of the wheat the germ is. Okay, half a cup of wheat germ, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, but my brown sugar kind of turned into a weird rock, so I'm going to take my housemate's brown sugar instead. We're housemates who share stuff sometimes. This is shared brown sugar. What do you do when your brown sugar turns into a rock? Somebody told me once that you can just put a slice of bread in with your brown sugar, and somehow that will somehow putting a slice of bread in there will make it go from being a rock to being normal. And I've never tried that, so I don't know if it's true, but maybe you, person on the other side of the screen who can't actually talk to me right now, maybe you have insight about making my brown sugar less terrible. Okay, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and a little bit of salt. The salt is actually really nice in it if you like put enough salt that you can taste it. And then this granola has 1 cup of like extra stuff like fruits and nuts. And I have almonds and I have ginger, which this is good that I have because I don't really have any other dried fruit. When my friend Sam went grocery shopping for me, they got me the ginger, which is nice when people get you surprise groceries that you didn't ask for. It feels like, yeah, it's nice to let someone else have some grocery shopping control sometimes. Okay, so all of these things are ready, and then we get a little pot, actually maybe even littler than this one. We get a little pot and we put the wet stuff in it. So we need 3 tablespoons of oil, if I were an expert at this, I could probably do like cool, fun camera angles, or like someone would be holding this and like doing a close-up of me measuring things, but maybe if you were here in person you would be like spaced out and not actually paying close attention to me measuring, because you know what measuring looks like probably. So, but that's maybe next time I do this, you can tell me what you would like me to cook, and maybe I'll learn how to do cool things like close-ups of measuring. Last thing in here we need some syrup, and usually you do maple syrup, but you can also do a lot of different things. Like you can do molasses, I have this date nectar, which I impulse purchased because I had no idea what it was and it was on sale. But any kind of like sticky sweetener thing you can use. And I don't feel like finding my other syrup, so I'm going to see what happens if I do it with only date syrup, which possibly will be weird, but we'll find out. I don't think it really matters too much. My dad usually puts a lot of molasses in it, I think, because he really likes molasses. And then you can put spices in it. And I already have ginger, so maybe I'll do cardamom, which is one of my favorites. Cardamom, ginger, almond, granola with date syrup. Maybe it'll be good. And you don't need very much, but I really like cardamom. So, okay, and then this just has to kind of dissolve a little, or like come to a gentle boil. Okay, we're back. I started cutting up my ginger, but we don't actually need it yet because you add the dried fruit partway through the baking. But this is bubbling. Also, I want to let you know that I cleaned the whole stove yesterday, and it looks beautiful. And maybe it was because I knew I was going to film things, but also, I don't know, sometimes you just scrub the stove when you've never done that before in this house at all. It was very satisfying and also very gross. Anyway, you pour this liquid stuff into this dry stuff and mix it up and put this down. And pretty much you just then pour it onto this tray. I forgot what I was saying because the camera battery is very low and having problems. Okay, well the camera battery died, but now we're back. And I put the granola in the oven. And it's been maybe like half an hour or something. It's a little toasty, but it's still not all the way dry. And it's time to mix in the dried fruit. And really, you can really, with the nuts and seeds and stuff, you can use whatever you want. You can put coconut and sunflower seeds and sesame seeds. Like, there are a lot of options. I'm just turning it over so the bottom can not get stuck. It smells very good. I wish that you could come and tell me how delicious what I'm making smells, but you can pretend you can smell it and still tell me how good it smells if you want to. Okay, 15 more minutes, then it should be done. Okay, I think we did it. Looks pretty good to me. The nuts are like browned on the outside a little bit, and I hope I did not actually overcook it, but it smells good, so probably it's fine. Cool. Well, thanks for watching my cooking show with me and hanging out, and tell me if there's stuff that you want to watch me cook with me. Probably I won't follow any of your requests because of having limited ingredients, but I still want to hear your requests anyway, and maybe I'll do them depending on what they are. I don't know. Okay, bye.